guys, welcome to another Ned's Tool Talk video. Today's video, dark outside and it's only 7 o'clock at night, so that means winter's back, garage videos are back. Anyways, in today's video, one of my, well, I say for every second of the videos that I do that's my favorite tool, but this truly is one of my really favorite tools from Milwaukee. It's compact, it's small, and it's Milwaukee soldering iron. I've got accent, so don't get me wrong. I'm sure you guys that grew up in America and Australia can pronounce it much better than me. Anyways, $200-ish in Australia, depending which store you're gonna buy it from. I paid considerably less, given the fact that I've got this tool for probably about 3 to 4 years now, probably well before COVID. I think I paid $150-ish or so. They go $150 used now on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and whatnot. So yeah, I guess I was lucky. So if you're on the market for one of these, it's 219 AUD, 218, 219, 220. So that's 60-70 bucks increase in 3-4 years. Anyways, I'm not gonna bitch anymore on that subject. I've said it many times that tool prices have gone up drastically. The model number on this thing is M12 SI, and manufacturing date for mine one in particular is 2019. Now, when I say M12 SI, that's for soldering iron. You guys in US maybe or most likely will have a different part numbers for all the tools. So this, when I say it's only applicable for Australia, not for US. Just keep that in mind. Now with this thing, what you're gonna get is what you see here. You're gonna get a pointed soldering tip, and you're gonna get like a flathead soldering tip. Yeah. So you're gonna get 2 tips, and you're gonna get a tool itself. Now, the changing of the tip here is toolless, as Milwaukee would say. It does not require any tool. We'll just untwist that nut. This comes off. Put it aside, take off your tip. Right there you can see the heating probe. Drop the new tip on. Pull this nut and a sleeve back. Tighten it. You don't have to go crazy, just make it nice and snug. Now this, of course, loosen it a little bit and you can adjust it any way you like it. I kind of like it to be flat with the tool. There. Another cool feature is, you can see the button right there. Squeeze that button. You make it 45 or you can make it 90 degrees. Okay. You can see the big guard right there. That is gonna protect your fingers from going on a heating element. So be happy that that's there. Right on top here, small LED light. Show you how it illuminates. There. Not crazy strong, but it will illuminate a little bit. At the back here, on and off button, and an indicator light and a green flashing light, which means the tool is being preheated. I'll set it down. Now, Milwaukee states 18 seconds ready to use. Give me a second, let me make sure I've got that right. So, 18 seconds heat up time maintains optimal temperature. That is 18 seconds heat up time, and that is very hot to the touch. No, I didn't burn myself. I'm used to touching hot stuff. That is 18 seconds, but trust me and mark my words, you're not gonna be soldering and melting solder after that thing being on for 18 seconds. Well, now it's probably been good 30 seconds. And let's try. Now it's already good. So right after 18 seconds, you're not gonna be ready, but give it another 10 seconds. Around 30-ish second mark, you'll be ready to be melting some solder. After you, so when it's preheating, it's gonna be flashing green. When it's heated up and maintaining temperature, you're gonna have solid green light. When you turn it off, the red light is gonna stay on, and the red light is gonna stay on all the time, all the way until the tool cools down enough where it's safe to be stored away. So when you see the red light, don't put the tool away, something can catch on fire, and don't touch the tip. Another important subject. If you wanna change the tip right now, I would advise you to put some gloves or use some pliers, but don't squeeze it like a madman. Just be gentle, because this is meant to be operated with your fingers. But probably just best use some heat resistant gloves to undo it and to change your tip. I reckon I'm gonna give it a go, and now we're gonna try to solder something. And then also another nice thing is, if you put it on the 4, 5 or 6 amp hour batteries, it'll just sit like that for you, and you can solder and operate it. You can use your 2 hands to solder wires or whatever you're doing without holding the soldering iron itself. But very nice tool. So let's put it down on the table and let's solder some wires. Alright, so I've turned the tool back on. Red light is on. No, sorry, I've turned the tool back on now. So it lost a bit of a heat. It's heating up again. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, so green light, which is indicating that the tool is ready to go. I've got just some speaker cable here. Twist the strands a bit. Maybe open it up a little bit more. So the way I do it is just gonna get some solder on one side of the cable. Beauty. And again, guys, as I said, I'm not a pro at this. Just know how to do it. I like to know things. But I guess if you wanna learn, you gotta try. So, some solder there. There's your connection. Of course, you're not gonna do it like this if you're doing a joint. You're gonna put some heat shrink tube on there, and then you're gonna heat it up. But that's your quick demo of the soldering iron. And again, as I said, the red light is on, which indicates that the tool itself is too hot to be stored away or to be touched. Also, I want to show you when you put the tool on a smaller, so this is 2.5 amp hour high output battery. It can still stand like that. It's a little bit tippy. I personally wouldn't use it on a small battery and be soldering and having my hands on that. I'd rather put it on a big battery because it's far more solid, because after all, you're gonna have your hands right there. You don't want to have a tool with a burning hot tip falling on your hands and injuring you. So make sure you got safety first. Anyways, guys, that's a quick video on a Milwaukee M12 soldering iron. Been on the market for 7+ years now, probably. In Australia, at least. In US, maybe even more. Brilliant little tool. Kind of getting on the expensive side. Now it's $219, $220 AUD. It was fairly cheap and affordable, but again, everything else was much cheaper and much more affordable a couple of years back. If you're in the market for one of these, grab it. You're not gonna regret. I can vouch one thing. I've tried, and now this is not me preferring brands or going for one versus another. As you guys can see, I've got Milwaukee, I've got Bosch, I've got Ryobi. I've even got some stuff in the Zeta range. So I'm really not brand inclined. I just look for the best value in a tool. Best value and best price. I'm not I'm not just gonna pay whatever the asking price is because I'm branding client. Anyways, I've tried Ryobi 18-volt soldering iron, and that thing is rubbish. Yeah, so it's rubbish. I cannot even remember what it costs. Do a quick look up. So it's 100 AUD. There's one soldering iron and there's soldering iron station. So 100 or 140 AUD, and then you also got a USB lithium soldering pen. Don't even bother going for soldering pen, because that's 4 volt. You're gonna solder 2 wires and your battery is gonna be empty. These things, any kind of tool that has a heating element, whether it's a heat gun, fan, soldering iron, uses a lot of battery, so keep that in mind. Don't go very small. Even M12 is a small. You probably prefer 18, but then size goes up. Now what I'm trying to say, Ryobi is half the price, but it's rubbish. It wouldn't heat, it wouldn't solder, it wouldn't do anything. Brought it home from Bunnings, unpacked it, tried it, packed it up, packed to Bunnings. Can I have my money back, please? That's it. Went, bought this, never looked back. If you're doing it professionally, you probably prefer to have one that plugs in, because it heats up quicker, it solders better. Not better, but it's just easier to work with. And it's smaller than this, the plug-in ones, but then you have a downside of pulling the cord. Enough rambling from me, guys. I'm sorry, I do like to get in a good chat. I like to talk a lot anyways. That's just how I am. But on that subject, before I get into another story, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao guys, see ya.